What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka New York Prepper. Just out here looking for elk. It's early spring, March 20, 2022 here in north central Pennsylvania, and I'm looking for elk at I'm on this dirt road here, and I wanted to show you guys what elk tracks look like if you've never seen them before. There's one right there. Check that out. It looks kind of like a deer track, just bigger, and looks kind of more like a horseshoe. You can see it looks kind of like a little bit of like a horseshoe. And there's just a bunch of them here. I wanted to just show you guys all these elk tracks everywhere. Check this one out. Look at how big this one is compared to my foot here, and I'm a size 14, so this is probably like 4 inches across. Check that out. There's my fist, just to show you guys how big that is. And I got big hands. It's probably about maybe 5 inches across, actually. Lots of tracks. That's probably a bull. And then here we got some cow tracks here. Check that out. Looks kind of like a horseshoe. It has like that circular shape, versus deer, they have the two oval shapes. Their hooves are different. So wanted to just show you guys that. Here's another one. It's kind of like a deer, but it just has that sharp cut. Here's a good one right here. See how it has that sharp cut? It's kind of like a whitetail mixed with a horse. It's pretty interesting. You see that? So here's another one here. There's just a bunch of them all over the place here. It's quite large. There's my foot there. That's a big one. Here's another big one too. Check this one out. It's huge. Bunch of smaller ones here. There's a cow track, maybe a young cow or calf even. Then you can see it just looks kind of like a horseshoe. It's just very interesting. Check that out. Very cool. There's a bunch of them here. There's one there. One there. That's a pretty big one here. Big cow, probably. There's another cow track. Check that out. Pretty cool. It's just so cool to see them here in Pennsylvania. It's so exotic for us Easterners to have elk over here, and there's quite a bit of them here. There's probably 2,000 or 3,000 elk in Pennsylvania. It's quite a bit. In this one area where I'm at, they're very densely populated here. There's a lot of them. There's another track there. Check that out. Compared to my foot, it's a big one. There's another track right there. They just walk along the edge of the road here. There's another one right there. Check that out. And they just hang along the edge of the road here, and they eat some of the grass here. It's a windy day today. As you can see, it's kind of chilly. It's about 40 degrees, and it's probably like a 30-mile-per-hour wind, so it feels a lot colder than 40. So I'm going to look around and see if we can actually find a live elk. And if you're interested in seeing more of my elk videos, check out my Pennsylvania elk playlist. Here's some more tracks. See how they look kind of like a horseshoe? There's my foot for comparison. They kind of look like horseshoes. It's pretty interesting. Check out my Pennsylvania elk playlist. I have all my elk videos there. Just a ton of tracks over here in this area. Look at this, guys. There's one right there. There's another one right there. Look at that. Check that out, guys. I'm going to be looking for sheds pretty soon. They should be dropping their antlers very, very soon. So I'm going to come to this area, hike around, try to find some sheds. Check that out. Look at how big that track is. That's just huge. Massive track. See if there's any in the woods here. Nothing. There's a little pond over there in the woods, but I don't see any elk in the woods. They usually don't spend time in the woods. They like the open areas more. See some elk here, guys. Check this out. Got two of them right down there. Look at that. Wow. Probably about 50 yards away, two cows. That is just incredible. Alright guys, so this is where all the tracks were, and started walking with my dad down this road, and we saw two cows down there. So close. That's that little pond, guys. And the elk, oh, they're right there. Down there. Down there. Just saw their butt. I know, I just saw them. They're right there. They're down there, look. They're right there. Yeah, right there. Look, you see? See their butts? Yeah. There's four of them. Making noises, listen. Oh no, those are the ducks. Can go slowly. Yeah. I think they see me. Some bushes, maybe. Wow. this out, guys. Green color. They definitely come here to drink. Look at this, guys. This is an elk trail. Look at how worn out that is. It just goes through the woods. And it's a perfect spot to look for antler sheds, because if there's a big bull walking through the woods on one of these trails, his antlers could get caught on like a branch like that, and the antler would just fall right off. But look at this trail, it's just so worn in. Look at that, that's just crazy. It just goes a little bit in here, it goes into the woods there. It's crazy. Never seen a trail like this before. Much bigger than a deer trail. Here's my foot for comparison. This just looks like a hiking trail. Here's the other side of that elk trail. Look at these tracks in here. A lot of tracks. Check that out. Some tracks right there, and they're just going into the woods. This trail just goes into the woods here, and it goes down this steep slope. You can see the trail goes down like that. They like these kinds of steep areas, and then there's water down there, so they can get some water. Check that out, guys. Here's the trail, and it crosses into the woods there. Goes in right there. You can see this sapling here was scraped or rubbed by a elk, big bull, probably a couple of years ago. You can see the bark was stripped off. Look at that. This is my hand just for comparison. It's probably about 2 inches thick, and it's probably about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Look at the size of that rub there. It's definitely a bull elk rub. So I'm definitely going to come here and look for some sheds in this area. Looks like a great spot. I want to show you guys another elk rub here. Look at how high off the ground it is. It's probably like 4 feet off the ground, about as high as my abdomen. And look at how thick this sapling is here. This must have been probably last year or the year before. But you can tell the elk rubs from the deer rubs because they're much higher. This is like probably 4.5, 5 feet off the ground. It's much higher. Look, see how high that is? The deer rubs are usually only like a foot or 2 foot off the ground. So close I can hear her eating the grass.